Hey guys, I am back. It has been a super long time since I've been here, and I want to say I am so sorry. That was not planned at all. I was going to take 2-day breaks or 3 days from making videos like I had said before I left in my going to Minnesota video. So basically, that's not going to happen again to the best of my ability. In the summer, that may change just for another week, but at least I'll warn you guys ahead of time, but I'm going to try to record in advance for that. So, yeah, the best of my ability, no breaks will happen again. I am so sorry, you guys, you won't even believe it. So, the reason that happened was that we were planning on going on this trip to Minnesota, and so that requires a lot of planning. I was going to record YouTube videos while I was there, and so I packed up all my stuff, and I worked really hard to pack up everything. And, was that before or after? Let me think for a second. I want to say that was before we had packed. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. So, the day before, that's right, okay. Sorry for the long thinking time. Also, I'm a little bit tired, but that's okay. So, the day before we were supposed to leave, my wife had work to go to, but she was going to come back, pack up, and then we were going to go. And that was a great plan. But the night before that, I decided that I was going to stay up all night, and that was the big idea at that point. And so, like, the reason for that was to get a lot of sleep and just sleep during the entire day, because we were going to be leaving in the evening when my wife got back from work. And so my entire plan was just, alright, I'm going to stay up all night, and while I did stay up most of the night, it was not because I had a monster and played video games and edited and recorded videos like I had planned. It was because apparently Hamburger Helper is like a nuke in my system. So, I will never be having Hamburger Helper again. I've had it 3 times in my entire life recently. And each of those 3 times I had really, really, really bad problems in my abdominal region, and I will not go into that in any more detail. But let's just say that there was the most pain I had ever experienced in my entire life. And so, this final one was like, oh my gosh, that's never happening again. But I didn't realize what it was until the next day after I had eaten more, so that made it even worse. So I stayed up until, I want to say, 3 or 4 in the morning with the craziest pain in my stomach area. And so, finally that was relieved. I took some Tylenol and bunches of ibuprofen, and it was better. I ended up throwing up a little bit. It wasn't fun, believe me. If you guys are looking to take a sick day, don't eat Hamburger Helper in order to take a sick day. Tell you what, it was not fun. I'd rather go to whatever I was trying to avoid than that. So anyway, it only lasted for the night, and so it wasn't like a super long throughout the day sort of thing, and so I'm like, I don't need to go to the hospital. So, even though it was pretty bad. But, so I get over this, get some sleep, wake up the next day with hardly any sleep, and then I have to pack. And I thought, I'll be staying up all night, I'll pack once I'm done recording and editing and playing games. That didn't exactly happen because I was so sick, and so I had all my packing left to do for the next day. So while my wife was at work, I was editing some videos, putting up, I think I'd put up my Minnesota vlog before I'm not sure. I think it was, before I got sick. So anyway, we pack up. I pack up. It takes forever. We leave by the nighttime. And for those of you who don't know, we live in Arizona, and that takes time. It takes 26-ish hours with no stops to get there. it's a ridiculous amount of time. And that's just, yeah, no stops, driving the entire time. So you've got to assume that it's going to take 2 entire days. So I had just gotten over being sick, and I was feeling pretty good. We hop in the van. It was my wife's sister's van. Whoop! Hit my hand on the table. Anyway, so we drive all the way to Minnesota, but not before my stomach started hurting again because of the hamburger helper I had had again before I had gotten sick, or I think just after I had gotten sick. So like the second time, or I guess. Okay, so what happened was, I'm sorry, I'm just jumping all over the place, but you know I haven't talked to you guys in forever. So basically what had happened was I had had hamburger helper, and I'm like 100% sure this is what happened. I'd had it, and then I got really sick, and then I had it the next day, and then I talked to people about it in the house that I'm living in right now, and they said it sounds like food poisoning, but we don't think it is, because that usually takes a while. And then I thought about it. I'm like, so, and I'd been eating everything that everyone else had eaten except like tuna sandwiches, but the only thing that I hadn't eaten that I don't normally eat was hamburger helper. And so what really sealed the deal was the fact that once we were on our road trip, about 24 hours after I had eaten it, it really started affecting me. And it wasn't as much pain as before, but took ibuprofen and Pepto-Bismol for the entire drive. I didn't overdose. I didn't take more than I was allowed to, but it was still stressful, to say the least. I was in a lot of pain. Finally, when we got home, it was all better, but for about probably 20 hours of it, I was feeling like, dying. And so, since then, there's been no pain. So, it has to be the hamburger helper. And it's weird talking to you guys about this, but I think you guys can handle it. But yeah, so it has to be that, and I would have gone to the hospital, yeah, no matter what, if it had continued for even another day. But it finished, and so, yeah, then we were home, and I had to recover. It was at my mom's house in Minnesota. We were just hanging out there, but I was feeling I was tired, and I was exhausted. Like, I still had, like, some soreness, but not pain, in, like, all of my body, and so I needed to lay down, rest, play video games, the normal stuff. But, so after that, the plans that we had made, were starting to take place. So, like, going to people's houses and such, seeing people, because that's the main reason that we were there. And so I didn't have a single opportunity to record a single episode, and I feel really bad, but I thought that I would have time. I thought, when we get there, I'll record a few episodes, and then do the hanging out, and then before we leave, do another couple. But then at the last minute, I had a friend staying over, and it was crazy. No recording got done, and then we had to drive back. Fortunately, I was not sick. I drove about halfway this time instead of the 1/4 at the most that I drove last time. So then we made it back night before last, yeah. So I had one day to recover, and now I'm here recording videos for you guys again. So yeah, everything will be back to normal. 2 videos per day, probably up until a week, maybe in the summer, if I don't manage to get videos recorded ahead of time. So there's that. So yeah, I'm super, super excited to be back, though. I have all my stuff set up, which, by the way, you have no idea, unless you've done it personally, how much time it takes to set up a YouTube recording center. I set one up at my mom's house with every intention of recording, but I never got the chance, and then I had to bring it all back and set it up here. Unpacking isn't that huge of a deal, but packing it up isn't that huge of a deal, but unpacking, that is just, it's a pain. I've got 2 screens, microphone, mouse and keyboard, lighting to set up. I'm changing out around my lighting all the time, and now I have my surround sound hooked up in here because my computer doesn't have speakers on it, and the TV speakers are facing away from the TV, which is stupid. They're on the back of the TV, so my wife, who's sitting on the bed behind the TV, has to hear all the stuff I play, and she hasn't played through the Arkham games yet, so I'm playing Arkham Knight, so she can't hear that. So anyway, yeah, that's all happening. I should actually look at you guys. My gosh, I'm so out of practice. I need to get back into that. Okay, so few announcements. First, I'm thinking about a new intro phrase, going and being like, "Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Undying Blaze." It's good. It's fun to say. It's fun. But I'm just trying to brainstorm. I may or may not change it in the future, but I wanna hear your guys' ideas. So if you guys have any suggestions of what I could say to just open up my videos, I want something unique, because I feel like everyone's like, "Hey, what's up, guys? I am such and such, and this is my video about this." And I don't want to do that. I want to be like, "Hey guys, I'm unique." Every more popular YouTuber out there, for the most part, has pretty unique intro phrases, and I feel like that's a problem, because I don't want to copy them, but I want to be at least a little bit more unique than just being like, "Hey, what's up, and I'm me, and this is my thing." So anyway, yeah, also I have a really big announcement. The subscriber contest, where people invite people to my channel, and then they get, well, like, essentially who invites the most people to my channel gets to record with me on my channel. Now, this has to stop for two reasons. The first of which is that so far, oh, and by the way, the contest stops at 100 subscribers. So far, I'm at 90 subscribers, and the two people that have brought the most subscribers to my channel already record with me on a semi-regular basis. So, yeah, that's wow. My vocabulary just went straight out the window. It's a moot point at that stage. There's no "Hey, you want to come and record with me because of this?" So anyway, but the second and the biggest reason is that, well, aside from them winning, is that I feel like if anyone wants to see my channel, they shouldn't be like roped into it because their friend wanted to record with me. They should want to come and see my channel for what my channel is. Also, a third reason I just thought about, I'm pretty open to most anybody recording with me. And so if you just say, "Hey, I want to play with you sometime," right now I'm at 90 subscribers. Probably one or two of you at the most will even want to record with me. And so I like those odds, because it doesn't make me feel bad. If I had millions of subscribers, I would have a lot more of a difficulty, and I'd have to be really selective. But right now I'm at the place where I can just be like, "Hey, you play video games? You play Minecraft? You barely know how to lay blocks down? Come play with me. It'll be fun." So that's cool. Yeah, I'm not very picky. Alright, so, yeah, I'm reading, obviously. I can't, my mind is not working today. So, okay, lastly, live streams. Live streams have been off and on in the past. The schedule is every Saturday at 2 p.m., whatever time zone I'm living in. So right now it's Mountain Time, but it's Arizona, so it's 2 hours behind Minnesota time. So if it's like 9 o'clock p.m. in Minnesota, it's 5 o'clock here. So that's, or sorry, not 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Sorry, it's 5 o'clock here now in real life. Okay, guys, I need to go to bed. It's only 5 o'clock. Anyway, so the reason that I'm not going to be doing live streams for now is because of the internet. The internet is not working very well. The speed is low. It may change. It may have even already changed, because I know that one of the people who's living here at this house is working very hard on making it better. He's using his router to make things better. I think. But I don't know. I haven't been paying too much attention. He just has me test my internet every once in a while. Anyway, so that's mostly it. If I find out it's better, live streams will be continuing, and I'll make an announcement for that too. But for now, it's going to have to be postponed. I love doing the live streams, but I can't if my connection isn't working well enough to even hold a stable stream. So, thank you guys for watching this video. I know it was kind of a bear to watch. It was long, and I'm tired, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see all of you guys in the next one. Goodbye.